I'm Hilary and I've been part of the Kirky Players Panto now for over 20 years, mainly on stage, but over the last wee while I've become more involved in the production side of things, which usually for me involves being the youth director, working with our youth cast, our pantomime chorus. Every year we take on approximately 20 young people, aged primary 6 up to 6 year or that age, and their main job is to be the panto chorus, to be the villagers, to be the guests at the ball, to be the forest animals, to take on all the small roles and all the kind of group parts and do all the singing and dancing. That being said, I don't take anything to do with the dancing due to my 2 left feet, but my main job seems to be to shout, smile, act, react, energy, panto chat at the stage quite regularly. Basically to pull our young people together into a panto chorus to try and teach them a little bit about what it means to be on the stage and give them the skills that they need to be part of the pantomime. It's also my job to kind of round them up, to keep up the communication and get them all at the right place at the right time, which can be a little bit akin to herding cats sometimes. But when you get to the show, over the rehearsal time and when you get to the show, it's a very rewarding job to take on because you see their confidence grow, you see them build friendships with those round about them, and when it comes to the week of the show, you see the joy that they get out of performing on the stage, much the same as I always have. You see what we as a club give them, the enjoyment and the skills and the friendships that we allow them to have. As they grow older, you start to see some of them take on the principal roles, and that's really rewarding as well, to see them build on the things that they've learned through working with me and working with us as a club. So it is a stressful job. It's sometimes very tiring and tear your hair out stuff, but it's very rewarding and it's great fun. Really missing the panto this year and hope we are back on stage very, very soon. Bye.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I first became involved with Kirky Players back in 2015 when my very young son Robert joined the club for the first time to do his first panto. Now, over the years, I have been an avid follower of the players. I have followed my son everywhere, whether it's been panto, shows, youth festivals, and I have a vested interest in the club. What they do for the children and all members is just out of this world. They give them love, they give them care, they give them attention, they give them the tools to do the job that we ask them to do on stage. I've also got involved with looking after the younger actors during shows. I recently got my PVG just to help and support that wee bit more with the background and the backstage areas. This has then led to a number of shows that I've got involved in, music from the movies, that then led me to think, if Robert can do it, why can't I? And decided to throw my hat in for panto. So my first show was last year, 2020, Sleeping Beauty, and I was the king. So yes, something very different for me from following the Kirky Players, from following my son, to enjoying everything that he could do, and I got to have a taste of that myself. And going from the parent to the performer is just the actual people you deal with, the love that they give you, the friendships that you build, the learning even at an older age coming in for the first time. Everyone is just so welcoming, from the younger ones to everybody throughout the club. It really has got a real family feel, and if there's one thing I could say about Kirky Players, it is we are a family. We hope to bring back more shows, and I hope to be involved in more shows, and just can't wait to Panto's back. Take care everybody, stay safe, bye.
Hi everybody, I've been asked to come in and talk to you today on social media about my experience of the Kirky Players pantomimes, both as a youth and then the transition into becoming an adult. So I started the club with Jack and the Beanstalk in the year 2000 when I was 10 years old. I joined the club because I was very heavily influenced by two of the most amazing, gracious, talented, loving teachers I've ever had, Mary Heatherwick and Rosie Robinson, who are both part of the club. Rosie had me in primary 6, and Mary recognised from the very young age, being in primary 2, that I was meant to be on the stage with Kirky Players. So the two of them totally got me involved, and I could not thank them enough. The whole experience of being part of the club has really changed my life and helped mould me into the person that I am today. So I started, as I said, when I was 10 in Jack and the Beanstalk, being a talking vegetable. It was amazing. I had a green face that I couldn't get off for days, going to school with a wee green tinge about me, but I wouldn't change it at all. It was brilliant. Then moving on, you know, being part of the club every November time at auditions and coming into the shows in January, the experiences I had, they were so vast, you know, going from being a dancer and getting some extra time learning to dance, because I have 2 left feet, so it took a while teaching me to dance, and then progressing into getting a few lines, getting a few songs here or there, and eventually when I was, I think, 18, getting to be Doc the Dwarf, which was amazing, if not hilarious, because I was an 18-year-old and the rest of them were 10. It was brilliant. The most standout for me though growing up was being Dottie in the Pied Piper, where Neil McCowan, the current producer of that show, could see that, you know, there was a bit of sassiness about me and that would suit into that part. And you know, I feel like that part is what's kind of helped me become more confident in the parts I've received as an adult. So as an adult, the same audition process, but it can be quite nerve-wracking because you're like, oh, all these parts, but it is so much fun, really, you know. And I have been the comedy parts in the past 2 pantomimes, and the laughs that we have had. You know, Kirky Players, we really are a family, and at Panto time, do we enjoy it? Yes, we do. We have so much fun at rehearsals, and we like to misbehave a wee bit. Play some tricks on people. It is so much fun. So I would really recommend you either come along and see us next year, or get involved. See you later.